It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You are knowing what you are wanting?
Yes.
You like knowing what you are wanting?
Yes.
You like knowing what you are wanting even when what you are wanting is not yet quite all fleshed out? Can't see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it yet, but you still like wanting it?
Yes.
Really? Well, we like thinking about you liking that. And it is our desire, it is always our desire, that you come to full understanding of what those probing questions are really all about. Because there are a lot of people who desire things, who are not taking pleasure in the desire until the manifestation occurs. But that slows it way, 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 way down. You have to sort of just sleep your way there. In other words, if you desire something and you're noticing that it isn't here yet, and you continue to notice that it isn't here yet, so you continue to ask for it from your awareness that it isn't here yet, then without meaning to, you continue to practice the vibration of it not being here yet. And so as you practice the vibration of it not being here yet, you can't realize the paths, the clues, the impulses that are setups for you all day, every day, to lead you succinctly, directly, joyously, quickly to what it is you are asking for. It's not an easy thing to really, really want something or need it and not notice that it isn't there. We just want to remind you that in your chronic awareness that it isn't there, you hold it off indefinitely because you've practiced a vibration that is your point of attraction. Do you understand that? That, above all other things, is what is most essential for you to know. You just got to know that all day, every day, you're emanating a vibration. It's based upon what you're thinking about. Whether you're thinking about the past or the present or the future, what you're thinking about is causing you to emanate a signal. And that vibrational signal equals your point of attraction, because law of attraction is responding to that signal. So literally, everything that you evoke from everyone, from the universe at large, from people that you don't know, from people that you do know, it's all coming back in perfect response to the vibration that you have going on. Just like when you were a little one learning to walk and learning to catch your balance. There was a lot of stumbling, and rarely did anyone say to you, "Get up, you little dummy." They sort of understood that it was going to take a while for you to understand balance and understand your relationship with your own body and with the planet and with the law of gravity and so forth. And so in like manner, it takes a while to understand what you're doing vibrationally. But the nice thing is that whatever it is that you are doing vibrationally is accurately and always being responded to by law of attraction. So it gives us an opportunity to give you this one really important premise. What you think, and therefore what you feel, but what you think, and therefore what you vibrate, but what you think, and therefore what you vibrate and feel, but what you think, what you give your attention to, and what comes back to you because of what you consistently think, always match. So you can, if you're noticing how things are coming back to you, you can modify what you're thinking. But most don't do it. It's so interesting. What they're thinking and what they're feeling and what comes back always matches, but then they often just keep talking about it. And we think that's a really good idea if what you're thinking and what you're getting back matches what you want. But sometimes it does not. But there's this truth factor that humans seem to have developed that says, I must tell it like it is. And we say, why not tell it as you want it to be? Because I face reality. Well, really, you create reality. Okay, I create reality, then I face it. I create a reality I don't like all that much, and then I face it. I talk about it. I blog about it. My Facebook page is full of it. I tell it like it is. And we say, you tell it as you are creating it to be. So, what would it take for you to begin saying it as you want it to be, thinking it as you want it to be? Well, we know what it takes. It takes an understanding of who you are and how you fit into all of this. It takes an understanding that you are the creator of your own reality and that you do it with vibration, and that the emotions that you feel are your indicator of how you're doing. Because when you feel wonderful, in that moment, your vibrational frequency is perfectly aligned in complete resonance with who you really are and what you are asking for. But when you feel any diminishment of that clear, positive emotion, then that means you've got something going on in your vibrational patterning that is, at least to some degree, hindering the flow. So we like it that you want to be the deliberate creator of your experience, because whether you know it or not, you are the creator of your experience. And a lot of people are doing a lot of that creation by default. They're just offering vibrations all over the place, and law of attraction is responding to it, and they like some of it and they don't like some of it. But the point is, they talk about all of it. So as you're talking about wanted, that's good. But as you're talking about not wanted, not so good, because all of it practices a vibration. And sometimes, without even meaning to, you practice a vibration that causes that step 3 part, that allowing part, not to happen. Oh, you want it. You want it so much. You want it so much, and Source has delivered it so fully, but you're not seeing it. You're not realizing it. It's not evidential to you yet because you're vibrationally off signal. Esther and those back at the office in San Antonio had a really wonderful experience in the last couple of months, because there's a beautiful water feature there. It's man-made. The well pumps the water up to the headwaters, and then it flows down a beautiful stream with some falls and trickles into a big pond down at the bottom. And there's a filter that filters it and keeps the water clear and keeps the fish in the pond happy. But it wasn't filtering, and the pond was not clear, and the fish weren't happy. Something was wrong. And so the pool people came out, and they just assumed that there was something wrong with the filter, so they put a bigger, stronger one in, but it just worked harder and harder, and the pond was still not clearing. The pressure was building in this tank, way more than it should have been. Esther went into the pump house and didn't want to stay because it felt to her that that pump was about to blow up, and she didn't want to be in there with it when it did. She could just feel the strain in its efforting to get the job done, but there was something that was keeping it from doing its job. So then it was discovered that the pond pulls water from the bottom, comes through pipes into the filter. Filter was calling it in, filter was filtering it and trying to put it back into the pond through some other pipes, but those pipes were completely clogged. Caliche had built up in them, very hard Texas soil. It becomes almost concrete-like. And so several men for several days with several different tools tried to clear out those pipes, chisel away, put the plumber's snake in them. It was obvious that that was not going to happen. And the pipes had enough twists and turns that it was reported to Esther, we are not going to make this happen this way. And so the idea seemed obvious. Well, we're going to need some more pipes putting the water back into the pond. And so they laid them on top of the ground. No point in burying them until you know your theory is correct, right? So they put the pipes on top of the ground, and now, the pressure tank is happy, the filter. Oh, what a sigh of relief it breathes as the water is now flowing back easily into the pond. Seems very simple, doesn't it? Water out, clean it up, put it back. Step 1, step 2, step 3. And so we are suggesting to you that you give up on trying to clean out your pipes, because there's a lot of gunk in there. And a lot of it's been there for a long time, and it's hardened. It's become immovable. But you could lay some new pipes. You could lay new plumbing. You could put new inlets. You could much more easily just establish some new ideas about some new things. And you'll discover on those new ideas that when you ask, it is given. And in your absence of clogged pipes, what is given is recognized by you, is revealed to you, is realized by you, is experienced by you very, very quickly. And this is our way of saying to you, rather than coming to a gathering like this with things that you are aware of that are not working as well as you'd like them to, with issues that you want to discuss, if you will start with new things that you have not yet clogged your pipes about, you will allow these universal laws to deliver to you results of your clear thought, and you will begin to feel your true power. That's the only way that we know that our human friends, we love you so much, can begin to know their worthiness. Because when you ask and it feels like it isn't given, you stop feeling worthy. You start trying to explain why you're asking and not getting when it looks like that one's asking and getting and that one's asking and getting. And then you make up the most ridiculous explanations of why you're asking and not getting. I was bad in a past life. I wasn't born to the right people. I didn't follow my religion carefully enough. I'm being punished by God. I'm being cursed by. And all it is you clogged up your own pipes. That's all it is. You practiced thoughts, and you practiced them long enough that they became chronic thoughts or chronic beliefs. Beliefs are just thoughts that you keep thinking, vibrational patterning. So when you say, I want that, you also say, but it's not likely. I want that, but it won't come. I want that, but I've never had it. I want that, but I hardly know anybody that has it. I want that, but the government's in the way. I want that, but my mate's in the way. I want that, but my kids are in the way. I want that, but I don't know what to do. I want that, but I'm lost. I want that, but I'm tired. I want that. So you just keep clogging your pipes, not even knowing you're doing it, because after all, you're telling the truth. You're facing reality. But it's true. But it's true, Esther would say to us. Abraham, but it's true. And we would say to her again and again, we know there are a lot of things that are true. And if you're using the truth of it as your criteria to give it your attention, you're clogging your pipes with all kinds of truths that are preventing you from the truths that you want to live. It's just a matter of what you're giving your attention to. It's all about the amount of airtime that you're giving to whatever you're giving your attention to. So when you want something and you talk about why you want it, or how it might feel when it comes, or how you believe that it could come even though it isn't here yet, that's not pipe clogging. That's laying new avenues for what you want to flow to you. But when you explain why you think things aren't working out for you, every word you speak puts a little more caliche in your pipe. And we don't care where you live. Puts a little bit more of that obstacle in your way. So we like that analogy. Like all analogies, there is no perfect analogy. But we want you to realize that you are the creator of your own reality, and that you get to choose what you are giving your attention to. And the more choices you make that feel good when you make them, the clearer your flow, and the more easy it is for you to be in the vibrational place to feel the inspiration so that what you want can begin to flow into your experience.